Hello again, everyone. Once again, apologies. I know it's been a while and I missed the regular interval of updates I was doing, but I just got, once again, so busy studying for a big exam. Don't have much time to film these things, but I'm gonna try to squeeze it in here. So I wanna give an update. I believe now we're probably like between 7 and 8 months, so this will be like the 7.5 month update maybe, but things are going well overall. Range of motion, I think last time I showed you, it might have been full range of motion, but definitely full range of motion now. But a caveat to that is it's full range of motion when my knee is like not swollen or I haven't ran or worked out recently. So it definitely like will get angry, but generally I have the full range of motion when it's like all settled and I can bend it without it being like swollen or anything. So full range of motion, we're good. I can show you that in a separate clip. Pain, I would say everyday life, I don't necessarily notice the pain unless I am sitting for an extended period of time, say like 45 minutes on. If I'm sitting there with my knees bent, especially if I'm like, you know, sometimes you sit and you put your legs like under the chair and bend your knee more, my knee will get a little stiff, kind of like in that position for a while. So I have noticed that when I get up from sitting and start walking, I definitely have pain and I have to kind of warm up and walk a little bit, almost like walk it off, and then I'm good and I don't have any pain at all. So that's just for like everyday life, not too bad. And then as far as exercising, I have been continuing to go to the gym. It's been a little hard to keep up with it because of how much I have to study right now. I go as much as I can, and I generally am trying to do exercises to improve the strength in my quads still, and my hamstrings to continue that strengthening, and I'm also starting to run again. I think I was starting to run perhaps in the last video. If not, it was shortly after that I started and a little bit iffy at the beginning. I started out running at like a 4.5 speed, like very slow, and that gave me some trouble. And I think it's because my quad still was not quite back to its strength it needed to be. So I kept working on the strengthening, and the more I did the running, the less pain I had. Usually it was pain like in the front, like the kneecap pain kind of came back when I was doing the running, and I wonder if it was my quad muscle pulling, or like, I don't know, pulling like from across, from over the knee. But I had to just kind of like do some running, take a rest for a few days, and I could kind of get back into it, do little bits at a time. And now I'm at the point where I can run at like 5.5 speed, which is almost back to what I was running before my injury. And I think the most I've run is like 2 miles, but I might have stopped to walk somewhere in there. And continuously I've run like 1.5 miles at that speed, and it's been fine. I do get sore after, and it's almost like that feeling of when I sit and it gets stiff, I get that like stiff soreness the next day, which can be pretty painful. But if I ice it, it minimizes the pain, and it's usually only for like the next day, and then it'll get a lot better. I have done strength testing. I've done it 2 times now. So at first it was back a few months ago, and I needed to improve my quad strength and my hopping on that affected side. And since I went again, I definitely improved my quad strength in both quads. So there's still a discrepancy between the two. So the PT wanted me to really focus on isolating my right quad and just doing like extra reps on that side, which is my affected side, to try to get back even with my left quad. And my hopping has really improved. At first I could barely, it was so sad, I could hop like a tiny little hop, and I was like so scared. And now I was really going for it, and I have to kind of learn to trust my knee again, and I feel like it's slowly coming back, but still not there very much. But maybe I could show you a hop. I'll show you a hop too. And I also got fitted for a sports brace, which I can show you. which that's exciting. I'm not back to like being able to do crazy contact sports or anything, but I do think it's good to have that for when the weather gets warmer. Maybe I'll want to play tennis, maybe I'll want to do something where there's like pivoting, going side to side, and that will be good to have just in case I was considering wearing the brace when I ran outside because the sidewalks and the streets can be really uneven, and I was worried I'd trip or whatever and need the brace so I don't do something weird to my knee. But it's really been fine. I've run outside twice now. That's the other thing. I started off just running on the treadmill for a lot before I went outside because I didn't quite trust the sidewalks in the street. And now that I'm like a little more confident with the running, I've started to go outside a little more, and it's getting a little warmer, so that helps. So I think that's the main stuff for updating you. I wanted to do a little like vlog style clip of me running, or like show you me running to see. I actually kind of want to see it too, to see if I look like I'm limping or anything. Maybe I'll see if I can get that sometime in the future. I'll show you my bending, my hops, and I'll show you the scars. The scars look kind of similar to the last time I updated. They're still visible for sure, but they're not like raised or anything. They're flat on the skin. So yeah, and I really have to be cognizant of stretching out my quad tendon where I got the graft taken. So if you get a quad graft for the ACL repair, be aware that it does take you get that like, or at least for me, I've gotten that front kneecap pain, I think from the pulling from that area being like all messed up. And then I also have to really like massage out where they took the graft because it gets really tight. So I need to like massage that out and then foam roll. The foam rollers like can't really get in there. It's like at PT, they really get in there and it feels much better. So it's super important for me to keep my quad muscle like loose, massage it, roll it, so that I don't get as much pain in the knee. And the TFL up in the hip to make sure that's loose, that doesn't pull laterally like to the side on the kneecap, and that'll cause pain if it's tight and pulling. So that's something to keep in mind as well. I'm gonna potentially stop PT starting April because I'm starting rotations for med school and I will not have time really to go to PT. So I'm already down to once a week, and they said that by April I should be pretty good to go, because right now all I do is get the massage on my muscles to make sure they're loosened, and I don't really do much there because I go to the gym and do the exercises. Another thing I've been doing a lot, side note, is band walking with exercise bands, like side steps and like monster walk where you like go like out to the side with your feet. Those are good for like your glutes, which support everything down there as well. So what we'll do now is I'll show you my bending, my hopping or jumping, and I'll show you my sports brace that I got. So here is my bending first. As with last time I showed you, I think it was the same deal. I just went to the gym today, so it might be a little less range of motion because it's kind of swollen, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, so this is my bad knee, when I bend it like this, I can bend basically up to here. Have a little bit of pain at the end here usually, still with bending, like even if it's not super sore, there's pain right at the end when I push it. And for comparison, this is my good leg. I don't know if you can see that very well. But anyways, next what I'll show you is, next what I'll show you is my knee itself. So if the cameraman could zoom into the knee. Can you see it in this lighting? Mm-hmm. So here's this top scar, side scar. These ones are very not noticeable on my knee, these holes. And then there's this one here. You can still feel the screw right underneath the skin here, which is unfortunate. I do feel that sometimes when I'm walking or running. And yeah, this is the size comparison of the legs. Hopefully they look even to you, or somewhat more even than in the past. If I bend, kind of what it looks like. So for the hop test, they do a few different types of hops. The first being hop as far as you can, just one single hop. The second being 3 consecutive hops as far as you can. And the last one being you have a line and you have to hop from one side of the line to the other side on the one foot. So I'll show you maybe, I'm not going to do the line one because I don't have a line. Actually, we have floor wood lines. It doesn't matter, I don't really need to show you that. we'll do one big hop and then I'll do 3 consecutive hops and show you. I'll show you on the good side and the bad side to compare. Okay, so let's start with good side. 1 big hop. Okay, and you do normally have to land it solidly. I did not do that here, but okay. Now we'll do 1 big hop on the bad side. This is gonna be sad. Does it look really bad? Well, maybe I'll do it this way. Okay, 1 big hop on the bad side. Okay, there we go. 1 big hop on the good side for comparison. And then 3 consecutive hops on the good side here. Oops. I feel bad for my neighbors downstairs. Okay. 3 on the bad side. I don't have to go that far away because it's not that much big. So that's pretty good actually for what I've been doing. So those are the hops. I can do a squat. I'll show you, just kind of sore from the gym. Last but not least, this is the sports brace that I got. Let's see, how does it even go? I believe it goes like this. Okay. And then you just wrap these around. All right, they were very official when they made me try this on. And they had me practice like putting it on, taking it off, make sure it felt right. So this is the sport brace, especially for sports when I would be pivoting like side to side. And it just kind of moves with you. I have noticed actually some popping and cracking in my knee recently more, so even though that it happened a while ago and then happened again recently. But yeah, so this is when I get back out there. I don't think I'll be doing anything crazy with the sports, but this will be a good thing to have in case I want some extra support. So that is it for the demonstration portion. Okay, that really is it. I'll try to update in the next month, or I have some other ideas, videos maybe I could make that are like informational for people who might benefit from that, who are going through it. Okay, I'll see you in the next video.